Hi, I'm Morgan, and if you're new around here, my channel is all about budget travel and good food, so if that interests you, I'd love for you to hit the subscribe button and adventure along with me. Today's video is going to be all about planning budget-friendly vacations, and I say budget-friendly because everybody's budget is different when you're planning a vacation, and these tips can go across the board to save money whatever your budget is. For first tip I have is to look up the average cost of a trip to the destination you're wanting to go to. For example, you can look at the average cost for a week in London. For a couple, that's about like $3,500. Let me make sure, yeah, $3,500 for a week in London. And compare that to, again, I wanna make sure my numbers are correct. Yeah, a week in Budapest, Hungary for a couple is $1,200. So there's definitely a difference in price for spending time there, and what factors into that is like your transportation, your food, all of that. You can just do this as a Google search. That's what I typically do, and you can kind of read about other people's experiences as well for costs. So that gives you an idea of cumulatively what you're gonna spend going to this destination. That way you're prepared for, you know, how much money to set aside or if it fits within your budget. If it doesn't, if you do that search and it doesn't fit in your budget, then definitely consider traveling in the off season. We have traveled into the off-season places. We went to the Dolomites prior to ski season, and we had a great time. It wasn't crowded. We were able to hike and bike around, and we weren't in the middle of like winter season, which is a popular ski destination, but us Floridians are not used to that cold weather, so anything below 70 degrees is like frigid for me. A lot of times the accommodations are cheaper and the things to do have dropped in price, so definitely consider that if you're dead set on that destination. If you aren't, I recommend being flexible about your travel destination. Some of the best flight prices we have found are when we just had dates in mind that we wanted to travel somewhere but weren't particular about where, or vice versa. You want to go somewhere and your dates are flexible, then you can track flights and buy them at the best prices. But if you're flexible about where you want to go, you can search. One of my favorite apps to use is Skiplag for this. I'm not sponsored or anything, I just enjoy it. You can search from your home airport to anywhere and sort by flight prices. And this gives you, you can sort cheapest to most expensive and find a flight somewhere, and maybe somewhere you didn't even consider traveling. We've had some very cool experiences doing that, and we're definitely able to save hundreds on flights by being flexible about where we wanted to go. Another way to save when planning a budget-friendly vacation is to choose a nature or outdoorsy destination. Nature is pretty cheap, besides like you may spend it on park fees or just parking fees at that destination. But other than that, there's just so many beautiful things to look at, and you can definitely save by going somewhere that's like the beaches or the mountains where you can hike or spend time outdoors and you're not necessarily in a city visiting museums and having all of these other experiences that likely cost money. You can spend your time outdoors, and I know that's not for everyone. This is just, I'll throw that out there. It definitely can help save money, and we'll split up our trip sometimes where it's like we spend time outdoors and then we spend time in the city as well. So you could definitely do that to save money on those few days spending time outside. And it's a beautiful world we live in. There's lots to see, so definitely consider that to save some money and have a budget-friendly vacation. We don't have kids, but I feel like that'd be a great place to get kids out there running around, burn some energy. And another way to help plan a budget-friendly vacation is to look for free things to do at that destination. You can do, again, a Google search of just free things to do in Copenhagen, free things to do in Florence, or local events in that time frame that you're going to be going to that location. Able to find if there's events that are happening locally. You can kind of immerse yourself in the local culture, which is great, and have some experiences where you don't necessarily have to pay an entrance fee or anything. We loved walking around the markets in Florence and picking out produce and things to eat that were fresh from the farmers in the area. And one of our bucket list items is to go to Germany for the Christmas markets. So that's another thing. You know, you could also plan your trip around certain events that are happening, Oktoberfest and things like that. You can plan your trip around that to save money. There's definitely more than that to talk about for planning. I know there's ways you can save planning flights and accommodations, and these are just ways that I researched prior to actually getting into the nitty-gritty, planning the itinerary out for a trip. So if this was helpful, love for you to hit the like button and subscribe. I'm definitely going to be putting out more videos talking about ways to save money when planning for trips. So stay tuned for those, and thank you for watching.